Welcome to online class. Today I'll show you how to identify finite verbs. At the beginning of the class, you are observing there are some sentences which are written on the whiteboard. The first sentence is I play, and the second one is I can play, I am playing, I have played, go to play ball, I will go there. The cow sold in the market was black, the boy sold a book. In order to identify finite verbs, there are four rules in English language. The rules are if you find any verb and if there is subject before the V1, then the V1 will be finite verb. Or if you find any V1 and if there is auxiliary verb before the V1, that means principal verb will be finite verb. And if you find any verb 2 in a sentence, anywhere in the sentence, and the verb 2 will be finite verb. And the third one is if you find any verb which contains ing and if there is any auxiliary verb, then the verb containing ing will be finite verb. And if you find any verb 3 of any principal verb and if there is auxiliary verb before the verb 3, then the V3 will be finite verb because of having auxiliary verb before it. Let's check. Now play, what kind of verb is it? Is it principal verb? And this one is V1, that means base form or principal verb. That's why this is finite verb, because if you find any V1 and there is subject, then the V1 will be finite verb. That's why play has become a finite verb here. Second rule, see here, play is a principal verb and you know this is base form, that means V1 of any principal verb. And if you find any V1, if there is auxiliary verb before the V1 will be finite verb. Can is auxiliary verb. Now, question number 3, playing is a principal verb and the verb contains ing. And if you find any verb containing ing and if there is auxiliary verb before the V1, then the V1 verb adding ing will be finite verb because auxiliary verb is present there. And if you find any verb 3, if there is auxiliary verb, then the V3 will be finite verb. Next, go to question number 5. Play is a principal verb. And you know, if there is principal verb V1 and if there is subject or auxiliary verb before the V1, then it will be finite verb. But play is a principal verb and it's V1 and there is no subject and there is no auxiliary verb. That's why play, this word has become a non-finite verb. IFV. This is not finite verb. This is non-finite verb. And there is also a verb. Go is the principal verb. And before go there is auxiliary verb. And go is the principal verb, verb 1. If you find any V1 and there is auxiliary verb before the V1, then the V1 will be finite verb. That's why go has become a finite verb in this sentence because auxiliary verb will has been present before the principal verb. That's why go is a finite verb. Question number 6. Sold is a non-finite verb. Can you tell me? See here, sell, sold, sold. Sold, verb 2 and verb 3 are same. How can we identify this one is non-finite verb? Because sold is a V3. Why? Cow, this one kind of verb. The cow is one kind of subject which does not have any capability or ability to perform its action in this sentence. It cannot be sold itself. That's why sold has become verb 3 in this sentence. There are different kinds of verbs and the verbs 2 and verb 3 are the same. How can you identify which one is verb 2 and which one is verb 3? If the subject has the capability to perform its action, then the verb will be verb 2. Or if the subject does not have any capability or ability to perform its action, then the verb will be non-finite verb and it's finite verb because there is no auxiliary verb. There is also a verb. It is not auxiliary verb. You may think this is auxiliary verb. It is not auxiliary verb. It is a principal verb in this sentence. Auxiliary verb is one kind of verb which will help the principal verb. But here was has not helped any principal verb. That's why was itself has become a principal verb in this sentence. And was, this is verb 2, and verb 2 is always finite verb. That's why this one is a finite verb. Question number 7. Here sold. Here again sold. This word, this verb has come here. Sold is a verb 2 finite verb because the boy has the capability or ability to perform its action. That's why sold is verb 2 here, and it is finite verb. Okay, let's go. What is it?